points. And just have a look at what it meant to these fans. Thousands of them invaded the pitch at full time, even though promotion wasn't quite mathematically guaranteed, with the match at Pride Park having just kicked off. Some of the players just about made it off the pitch, but wearing very little, as you'll see in a second. Well, despite all that excitement out on the pitch, it left Chris Hughton in a difficult position, not knowing whether to celebrate or not.
It's very difficult. You want to, the professional side of you says that that you shouldn't until it's mathematical. But I think we've been in the game long enough now that for anybody to overturn that.
Well, the champagne may have been on ice for Hughton for an hour or so longer, but his players were certainly getting the party started. Brighton fan Tony Bloom replaced Dick Knight as chairman in May 2009 and has invested heavily in the club, and by the look on his face, certainly money well spent. So all eyes were on Pride Park to see if Huddersfield could match Brighton's win. They took the lead in the 9th minute. It's Colin Clanner, the scorer. Then a big goal for Brighton as Derby equalised through the former Huddersfield midfielder Jacob Butterfield. Yeah, so at last promotion 100% guaranteed, and Brighton celebrated in the players' lounge as that full-time whistle went. And Anthony Knockart sealed promotion with a kiss.
This team spirit, I will be honest, I've never seen that before. It's just, it's not about teammates. It's about friends.
It's a wonderful achievement, particularly after last season, to get promotion. So, that's the first thing. But what these lads want to do is, whatever it is, 2 years' time, 3 years' time, 10, 20 years' time, is to want to be able to say that they won the division and went up as champions, and that will add something to all of their CVs, all of their thoughts when they're looking back, and it's in a position that we've put ourselves in a good position to attempt to do. What I don't want is for these last 3 games to go out with a little bit of a whimper. We must have designs on winning this league, because I think that will certainly cement in these players' minds something really, really worthwhile.
As a club, we've recruited very well the last few windows. Team spirit within the players, the teamwork is fantastic, and he has done remarkably well. In a very, very tough league, 46 league games plus other cup games as well, to get the points he's done the last 2 seasons, and it's thoroughly deserved, and I think he's done magnificently.
So Brighton's total of 54 points at home this season is higher than any other team in the Championship. They've conceded just 36 goals, that's the lowest total in the league, and 22 of the 73 goals they've scored have come from their 33-year-old striker Glenn Murray, who got another one yesterday. Well, once the celebrations were done at the stadium, the players kept the party going. Some fans on a train were joined by Anthony Knockart and a few teammates. Just have a look at this. Right, well, we can get more reaction now and head live to Brighton now. Our reporter, Mark McAdam, is outside the Amex Stadium this morning for us. So, Mark, it looked like such a great day and night from what we've seen there.
Yeah, it really was incredible, wasn't it? Those pictures speak 1,000 words. And when you look at the joy on some of the players' faces of their achievement, it really is quite monumental. When you look at this club's history, just 20 years ago, they were fighting to stay in the Football League. They're now a Premier League club. And when you look at the stadium behind me and the sun out, it's a beautiful day to wake up as a Brighton fan. What an achievement by Chris Hughton and his team. Talking of players with big achievements and someone that knows all about playing for Brighton and Hove Albion, I'm delighted to be joined by Adam Virgo, who had 2 separate spells with Brighton. Thanks for your time. Nice and bright and early, but it's probably easy to get up when you're talking and celebrating a day like yesterday. What was your reaction? Quite incredible.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a few sore heads this morning in Brighton. I think it's been a monumental season for the football club, as you just said there. The history of almost 20 years ago, going out the business, going out Football League, moving to Gillingham, then playing almost 10 years at the Withdean, around a running track. And to see this yesterday and the stadium behind us, it's a phenomenal achievement from the football club and one that they thoroughly deserve.
When you look at what they have achieved, just how big is it and who's responsible? Dick Knight helped to save the club. The current chairman, Tony Bloom, has put so much money and time into investing in the training ground and the fantastic stadium you see behind me. There's some key people there, isn't there?
Those two names will forever be invoked in Brighton's history. But I think some of the older generation of fans that really fought to really try and get the Withdean Stadium and try and get the petition for the Amex Stadium, they deserve a mention as well. That gives the younger generation now this great future and Premier League football next season. I think Tony Bloom takes a massive amount of credit. He's invested a lot of his own money. They've had no investors outside the club. They've had no parachute payments. It's been a calculated risk, but one that he's taken very, very well. And getting Chris Hughton into the football club